Morning, scrappers, scrapettes, planet lovers, et al. Friends of the channel. So I am working on servers today, and I know that gets a little bit redundant. But you know, I've got to make money, so that means the things that are on the table have got to get scrapped. I've got 2 orders that I've got to fill for RAM. I need to get 10 pounds of RAM out the door. So that's what I'm focusing on. This is shielded RAM. This is Goldfinger, clean Goldfinger RAM. This RAM that I'm specifically selling mostly comes out of servers because that's mostly what I buy. This is good quality RAM for gold recovery. You'll get the gold fingers and you'll get all of these chips. So it tends to be a bit more on the high quality. This is thermal paste. It really makes the board look really ugly, and it doesn't really hurt the value if somebody's buying it for gold processing or gold refining. But a lot of times I don't know what people are buying it for. You know, I sell it as scrap, and you know, do what you want with it. But it's not really too hard to improve the quality of this. This right now is selling for between $32 and $35 a pound at most online buyers. This is selling for about 12 or 13. Very easy to turn this into this. So I have a little bit. I have a heater going off here. Ow. And you know, for a couple minutes of effort, why not get another $15 a pound and make it more appealing to your buyer? I know a couple of you on the channel have been asking me about buying RAM. My problem is it's supply and demand. I can't keep it in stock. If you don't heat the thermal paste, you're going to pull all the chips out. And that's ready to go. Like I said, most people who are buying this for gold refining, I do tell them it's shielded RAM that I cleaned, so when they see some thermal paste on there, they're not too upset with me. And I try to take pictures of the actual lot that I'm selling, so pretty much what you see is what you get. Still working on the other eBay store. I've just been super busy, and I have to prioritize my time. Some of the RAM too that have these chips on them, I think it's a DDR chip, but I'm not gonna say that it is or isn't. And a lot of my buyers don't want that, so I have to keep that separate from this. Most of my buyers are people from this channel who just want the chips. They don't want the CPU or processing thing on it. And again, a lot of people I've sold many times to. So, you know, I kind of can custom their order a little bit. I'm just grabbing a spot of tea here, guys, real quick. Sorry I haven't really been able to get a live up. It's really just timing. You know, there's a lot of us who are up and about in our shops early in the morning, and, you know, it's not fair to do a live when somebody else is already on. That's just really very poor form. I have my Sunday morning. I usually do. I'm usually on between anywhere between 8 and 11 on a Sunday morning. That's it, and that's been my time, and that works out really well. But you know, I get the videos up, so you guys know I still love you. I do miss the interaction though with the live formats, I'll tell you. I miss it a lot. That's hot. OTD uses a toaster oven to heat up his gold. Ouch. I'm gonna do a few of these for you. I have to get the rest of them done, but I want to show you a couple of the servers that I have in today. I did find yesterday an Onkyo amplifier. So again, you know, the paste is on it. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to sell it like that. Anybody who's doing gold refining, it doesn't really matter. All right. So that's how to turn $12 a pound into 30. And I have got a load of it to do today. I think if I heated them up a little bit more, I'd get less thermal paste on them. Ouch. I'll go back and revisit that. I think if I heat it up more, if I recall correctly, heating it up a little bit more will get the thermal paste off. Where to begin this morning? Since we're talking about RAM, this is going to be sold in a lot by itself. This is from 1995, possibly even older than that. I got it out of those Dell servers. I've got 3 or 4 left to do, but this is extremely high gold content. I'm going to sell that separate from the other RAM. This is heavy, and I'll have that in my eBay store too when I finish. But I've got 2 orders I got to get out today, or at least try to. I made kind of a mistake the other day. I have a regular buyer here on the channel, and I told him I'm going to put the 5 pounds of RAM that you want into my eBay store. And I mean, I don't even think I closed the computer, and somebody else jumped in and bought it. You know, I don't want to get in trouble with eBay. So that is the problem with eBay. So I think what I'm going to suggest, if you guys are interested in buying directly from me, I have PayPal, and I think if you want to send an order in, I think I'd much rather do that, because now he's going to be really super upset with me, and I like him a lot, and I don't like to upset people. So that was a problem. Even though it said right on it, 5 pounds of RAM, special order for so-and-so. That happened, and that upset me. So now I have to... It didn't upset me, I mean, but... It upset me, but... You know... I'd rather avoid that scenario. That's a good way to put it. This is a Sun X6250 blade server. Man, shit, not much happening there. Crap. I shouldn't say that. I gotta get a couple of copper heat sinks. I did had another one of those Dell servers this morning I pulled apart. If I knock this off, they'll give me number 1 copper. If I don't, they're going to give me number 2 copper. That's heavy. That's some chunky copper. That's also on my itinerary this morning. It's pouring rain out, which is good. We need it. It has been ungodly hot the past couple days here in Connecticut. Yesterday it was so bad, I closed my music school and I went to my nephew's and went in the pool. It was too hot. Got a lot of people upset with me, but you know what? It is what it is. So again, shielded RAM. You know, I just have to heat that up a bit and pop the heat shields off. Definitely worth it. I mean, you're making $15 more a pound. Just if you're reselling it, just be abundantly clear, you know, and show them it has the thermal paste on it. You know, if you're looking to reuse it, it's, you know, I'm selling it for scrap. I'm not selling it for reuse. All right, now let's take a look at our copper here. When I buy these things, this is usually you know, I buy things that I'm pretty sure I'm going to get my money back and make a couple of bucks off of. And I do tend to buy from the same people because they know what I expect. And you know, you can get the eBay burned. It's not hard to get burned on eBay, trust me. But just really study the pictures and make sure that it says actual item pictured, or ask them to send you a picture of the actual item. Okay, yeah, this'll, it's just a little heat shield. I'll take that off. I'll bang these springs out. That I should get number 1 copper for. If not, they're going to give me number 2, and I'm done arguing about it. For, you know, it is what it is. Copper went bananas yesterday. So did the whole stock market. I mean, I was very on my knees thanking God that a good amount of the money I lost this year, I was able to make back, and I think I'm going to make the rest back today. It looks like we're on a bit of a rally here. We'll see. I don't sit on my laurels, so I don't trust it. Now this, I've got to get this piece of cast aluminum off. Otherwise they're going to give me copper aluminum radiator. And I think, I see a lot of this, I've got to get the angle grinder out. Yeah, do that. I think we're just going to put it in the vise. I'll bang these out, and then I'm just going to bang the crap out of this. It doesn't have to look pretty, it just has to be clean. I forgot what I got those out of. Something server. I got a whole bunch down on the workbench to clean. You know, sometimes you just have to go after the quick and easy. Just because, you know, you got to make money. So, board grading has taken quite a turn over the past couple of weeks. I would refer you to either Shark Scrapper or Board Sort for further illumination on that topic. It's a Xeon. It's small for a Xeon. These are the ones I got out of the Dell. You know, but they're pinless. The only pinless CPUs that are worth any money are the iCores. Although, right now, these are paying about $9 a pound, which is double what it was at this time last year. So, I'm selling. I mean, I'm selling as much of my stuff as I can. I'd like to hang on to it, but unfortunately, I had a flood. And I'm going to have to get some money together to get the contractors in here. I did repair the kitchen-based cabinets. They're not great, but at least I can use my kitchen. You know, it is what it is. I've been focusing on the outside. I'm going to finish the outside. I've already started it. May as well finish it. These came out of the IBM Blade modules. And this is number 1 copper. It's got 1,000,001 fiddly freaking screws on it, so I have got to find a battery-operated small part screwdriver. I'll go out look for one today. And the same with this. There's some value to be had here. These are steel. I got to take those off. I'll get a nice piece of aluminum. Same thing here. Now this I will sell. These will be in my eBay store as Goldfinger cards. Those of you who are looking for things that are good to get gold out of, Goldfinger cards are great. So are hard drives, hard drive boards. But you've seen me say this before too. This is a little bit easier. This is older. These are from 1995. You can see the difference in the Goldfingers. But plenty of chips on this. There's chips under here, otherwise it wouldn't have a heat sink. You know, I've got 150 of these I've got to process. So, you know, everybody wants RAM, and I just can't keep. I can't sell it if I can't get it. You know. And the price of e-scrap is going up too. People are just gouging the hell out of e-scrap buyers. And you know what? I love doing YouTube, but I don't need to pay, I don't need to overpay for stuff. I'll wait when they get too much of it and they can't move in their warehouse. They'll call me, hey D, come on, 60 cents a pound, buy whatever you want. And I'll say, maybe. How about 40, because I got to drive 2 hours. And they'll say, we need room. This is a hobby for me. It's no longer it's no longer something I have to do. It was for a while because, you know, I was home taking care of my mom. And now I'm going to retire. I'm selling the music school. It's up for sale. Plastic. And I'm going to retire. And, you know, get the house fixed up. And my nephew has 3 beautiful little girls. I'd love to be a great auntie to them. And, you know, it's time. But I still can find a couple things to scrap. I can still enjoy myself. I can still make money where I can. Hey, why not? So definitely a change of lifestyle this year, I think. It's just too hard to get e-scrap now. It's too hard. This is a battery pack. You got to get that off of there. Otherwise, you can't ship with these batteries on. They're hazardous. And if you send batteries in on your product, your buyer's going to send it all back to you at your expense. So, you know, be careful. Come on, you stinkwad. You gotta be careful. Sometimes you gotta use a little heat on this because if I pull the chip, they're gonna downgrade the board. That's just gonna go in with my old sheet. Aluminum. Get the battery off. I have a box of high-grade peripheral cards. They are good for gold recovery, but I don't think for those of you who do gold refining, I don't think there's enough value to warrant me selling them. I don't see a lot of visible gold. The gold is in the board, which means it's good for a refiner. This is a nice board. So this is a high-grade peripheral board. Yeah, it's got a little rubbish on it, but I've got a good chip. I've got good chips here. Visible gold. That will go in with my peripheral high-grade boards. I'm not actually sure what this is. Some kind of module card. I don't know. I'm not a computer person. I probably could take these pins without too much consequence because this is a good board. I don't think I'm going to. I don't know. I just I got hard drive in here? I don't think so. Just don't think it's worth, you know, it's not worth it. You gotta leave some meat on the bone for your buyer too, especially if they're really paying your top dollar. So, you know, I don't know. To be determined later. Now, this is going to be a pain in the ass to get out. I can already find that. I don't think there's a hard drive in here. I'm pretty sure they've been removed, so I'm not going to fight with this on camera. I'll get a backplane board here. I'll get a backplane board here. The board itself, it's not good enough to be graded high-grade telecom. It's going to go as a dual metal socket server motherboard, small metal socket at that. I can't fit a quarter in there. You know, nothing outstanding about it, except for the copper heat sinks. And see, the trouble, these server boards have a lot of waste on it, and that's really the difference between getting telecom and server board out of it. It's just got a lot of waste on it. Yes, good for gold recovery, but that's about it, you know. All right, So here I am going to take these gold pins because it's not going to upgrade it at all. I gotta get the battery off. That's a capacitor, and that's about it for the board. It's a good board. It's very densely populated. There's a lot of chips. Certainly good value for my buyer, but again, it's got too much stuff on it to be considered anything other than a dual metal socket server motherboard. Alright, I think I'm going to put this aside because right now I'm going after the things I really need to get at. So this was the Sun Microsystems blade module. Not bad, you know. There won't really be much on the back, I can tell because of the top. I'm going to put that aside because I have to get at this just because of my time constraints. So this is a Dell PowerEdge blade server. I got 4 of these. I got 4 Xeon chips, and we'll get 6, 12, 24 sticks of RAM. It is shielded RAM, which is a pain in my ass because now I have to clean it all, but I have to. Board Sort will buy it as is for $12.90 a pound, but if I take a few minutes, well, it's more than a few minutes, if I take the hour to clean all this and the other ones I got over there, I'm going to make a lot more money. A lot of people will scream, why don't you just resell it as it is? Because I don't want to. No, seriously, it's my party. I'll do what I want. It's just not worth it to me. I'd rather either sell it to Board Sort or take the shields off and sell it as scrap RAM, which is what I've been doing, and I do very well with that. So I've got 4 more of these. I just hope when I get the heat shields off, I've got enough RAM to fill both of those orders. I hate when stuff like that happens. But you know, if I cancel the order, yeah, I had an order put aside for one of my viewers here, and I guess he was live is what happened, and I put the ad up, and somebody else jumped in and bought it. Even though I had his name on it, they bought it anyway, so I could have canceled the order, but you know, if you do that, eBay gets really pissed at you. The last thing I need is to get thrown off eBay. So that put me behind, which I don't like to do. So I gotta work really hard and go through all my servers and find all the RAM I can, and get my friend here taken care of. So that's me. I'm on a rampage. Boom, ching! I'll be here all week. Rampage. Good one, D. Oh my God, I'm here for the jokes. I wish that one had been live. That would have been really funny. All right, so Cliff, I am working on your order. I am really sorry somebody jumped in and grabbed it while you went live. But I will take care of you, my friend. You know I will. I am working on the other eBay store, which is going to be called eWaste by the Pound. I have a music school, and my website is CT Band Instruments. You'll find that on my page, on my posts, on my homepage. Yeah, got a lot of stuff in there. I do pretty well with that. I can't really complain. You know, the big stuff, the boards I ship to Board Sort. Shipping's so freaking expensive. That's part of the problem. Yeah, the damn shipping just... You gotta figure $1 a pound to ship. I have not found a way around that, nor have I found a buyer that I trust who's any closer. That's a key thing right now. I mean, I ship all my stuff out of state. I have one person I ship to because they are honest. They are as honest can be. I've never seen nor met such an honest buyer. Pro and con, you know. If I've made a mistake, I'm going to hear about it. If I've undergraded, I'm going to hear about that too, and I'm going to get upgraded. They're awesome. And you know, if there's a mistake, they'll discuss it with you. You know, they'll present their side of the story, you'll present yours, and sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're not. But see, the thing is, I've been working with him for a while, so I understand his thought process because, you know, I've asked him a lot of questions over the years, and you know, and I understand what it is he expects. And now these I resell. I'll show you. I got to get the heat sink off, of course. I have these in the eBay store. I have them up by the pound. I didn't comb my hair this morning. God, I look a sight, don't I? Pinned gold-bearing material. That's in the eBay store by the pound, and those I will sell. I'll take the heat sinks off. So those of you who are into gold refining, those are in the eBay store. Those I have in stock. Probably, and again, this is where you have to really kind of debate where you're gonna, if you're gonna, you know, where you're gonna come up on this. Now, for me, there is no upgrade possible on this board. There's a lot of waste. It's a good board for what it is. This is actually going to go as a multi metal socket server board. Nothing I do is going to change that. I could take the brackets off, I could do everything. Nothing is going to upgrade this board. Nothing. That's what it's gonna go as. So for me to take these cards, which I'm going to, and then go back and take these gold pins, in this case, I'm not hurting myself, nor am I hurting my buyer. So, you know, I'm not hurting him at all. He's gonna get a good board for exactly what he grades it as. And you know, you can't really throw money away when you do an e-scrap. The profit margin, there is not a big profit margin in e-scrap unless you're able to get it for free. And if you can, God bless you. And I really reached the point, that's the only way I'm going to get e-scrap now. I do have a couple of IT people who I work with, and you know, they call me up once in a while. Hey Dee, we have a clean out, you want to come help us? We'll give you some e-scrap. Yeah, sure, I'm there. High grade peripheral board, good quality chips, visible gold. I might see if I can find enough of these to put a couple pounds together. I've got a box of peripheral boards here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you these real quick just because I had it. So these, I'm going to go through them quickly though. These are high-grade peripheral boards. These I might resell. They'll be in my eBay store as high-grade peripheral boards because they're good for gold recovery. They're not going to be as expensive as the RAM is. So I think I might put some of these up for you guys. These are great for gold recovery. Look at that. So these grade is high-grade peripheral boards. High-grade peripheral boards simply have a lot of good chips on them and visible gold for gold recovery. This one I stripped, so I won't include that one. But yeah, I mean, these are great boards for gold refining. Look at all that. So high-grade peripheral boards. I will be very clear with the pictures. I will show you what they look like. And I think I'm going to put some of that up by the pound too. You guys interested in anything like this? These peripheral high-grade boards? Scrooge McDuckin would be drooling. Look at the tantalum, Scrooge. He did a piece last night. He did a lot about tantalum capacitors on it. So yeah, these high-grade, these particular high-grade peripheral boards are really good for gold recovery. I think I can get a 5-pound lot together. Maybe. We'll put that in the eBay store. Huh? I'm going to sell it for whatever board sort would have sold it, what I would have sold it to board sort for. You know, so I won't lose any money, but maybe it's something some of you guys would be interested in. These are also considered peripheral high-grade boards. There is no market for them. They're no good for resale for a computer part. These came off of a Dell. No, these are an IBM Power PC. There's not a lot of gold as far as flashing and fingers. There's some here, but there are a lot of chips. So maybe I'll put those up too. Okay, so these are, I got in the box by mistake. Again, peripheral boards, high-grade peripheral boards. I think I'm going to put these in with the high-grade peripheral boards. Lots and lots of chips. Good gold recovery there for you guys. See, not as much as the RAM, but still really good gold recovery. Absolutely. Trouble is, you can't get RAM anymore. It's getting harder and harder to find. All right, so I'll put these in with the lot too because they've got lots of Gold Corner BGAs. So I think we'll put these in the peripheral board lot. I'll weigh that up and get it into the eBay store for you. Like I said, it's just getting harder and harder to even find e-scrap. So yeah, those will put in there. This one not so much. That's kind of a low-grade peripheral board. There's not enough value on there for you guys. I had a bunch of these. These I sold a whole lot of them. I don't remember what they came out of. But I'll put that over there with the peripheral boards. Yeah. So those are all peripheral boards. Like I said, these are a lower grade peripheral board. I'm not gonna bother with those because there's not enough value for you guys. But definitely something like this, yeah. I'll make this lot available for you. Absolutely. Yeah. Again, this only has the one chip and has some gold fingers. So I'll give you guys the good stuff. How's that sound? Yeah, we'll get that up later today. I don't know when, but I will. When I either buy e-scrap or I do my e-scrapping, I tend to buy a bunch of the same thing. Yeah, it's boring for my viewers, I'm sorry. But it's easier for me because I can get everything sorted, shifted, and sold, in no time flat. So this is the lot we're going to put up for sale for you guys, huh? There'll be 5 pounds of high-grade peripheral boards, and I'll take lots of pictures so you know exactly what you're getting. I'll get that up either today or tomorrow. It'll be in the eBay store when I get a chance. And what I'll do is I'll put a link on, not a link, but I'll put on my page, where the posts and stuff go. I'll put a post up there and it'll show the eBay ID and my store name and everything else. All right. Well, that was disappointing. This was good. This will help. I've now got to go and get all this RAM cleaned. Pray to God I get 5 pounds out of it. I think I've got more. I've got a couple more of those these coming in, so I should be able to. Get the orders filled that I have here to fill, and the rest of this is just some cleanup. Here's another peripheral board over here. Peripheral board, simply put, anything that isn't a motherboard. You can get them out of wireless equipment. You can get them out of modems, cameras. It's got to have good chips on it and good gold recovery. So this will go just like that. Okay, that's a high-grade peripheral board. Again, that'll be in that box of stuff I'm going to get ready for you guys. I feel like I'm turning into a commercial. I don't really mean to. I'm not. But this way you guys can see that it's there and maybe take a crack at it if you're interested in it. And I do apologize. I really don't mean to do that. I really do this more to educate people about e-scrap. But I guess it was educational enough. Huh? I showed you some of the different I showed you some of the different RAM. I showed you some of the different peripheral cards. And yeah, I think I'm going to call it a session there. Like I said, basically, I've got all these to do. And a couple of boards to clean up. Alright, well, I will see you probably Sunday morning on my live stream. If I have anything new to scrap, I might scrap that Onkyo amplifier. I know there's going to be a big copper toroid in there. It got wet, and I'm hoping I got to it before it got wet, wet, wet. I'm hoping I got to it before too much damage occurred. I mean, they put it out, and I grabbed it right away. But back in the day, those Onkyos, whew, they were the creme de la creme, let me tell you. That was the first big, powerful amplifier I had. And actually, it was still working when we sold it. I gave it to my nephew. And he, you know, like everybody else, he downsized eventually, and he sold it. He did very well with it. And that's fine. You know, you give things to people because you give them to people. See this? This came off one of those memory sticks that I was just working on, one of the RAM. You know, that's what's in there. That's what's your RAM. Alright. Sayonara, guys. Have a good day. God bless and keep you safe. See you soon.